Antarctica is the last mystery box of our planet. Some say it's just ice, but beneath that thick freezing blanket lies a world most of us can't even imagine. This isn't just any old ice, it's a time capsule, a graveyard of ancient forests, rivers, mountains, and even creatures that sound like they crawled out of a sci-fi movie. Forget everything you thought you knew about the South Pole. Today, we're going where the sun doesn't shine and scientists still scratch their heads. Let's start with the basics. Antarctica is the bottom of the world, literally. It's so far south, it's actually called the South Pole. But here's the real shocker. The ice isn't a thin, pretty layer. It's deep. Try wrapping your mind around this. The ice sheet in Antarctica is up to 4.5 kilometers thick. Yes, you could stack 5 Burj Khalifas, the tallest building in the world, one on top of the other, and still not break through to the surface. That's how much is buried under all that ice. And scientists? They're obsessed with poking holes in it to see what's hiding below. So, what have they found? Let's talk about life forms you would never expect. In 2022, researchers noticed something odd beneath the Ross ice shelf, a hidden river channel. They drilled through 500 meters of ice, sending down a camera, not knowing what they'd find. And there, in the freezing water, they discovered thousands of tiny shrimp-like creatures called amphipods, wriggling in the dark. These aren't your regular grocery store shrimp. These survivors are living in total darkness, in freezing water, hundreds of meters beneath solid ice. Scientists were stunned. What do these creatures eat? Regular shrimp feed on dead plants. That means, at some point, there must have been plants here under Antarctica. This secret underground river hints that once, the frozen continent had an entire ecosystem hidden in the darkness. If these little survivors could talk, imagine the stories they'd tell about a lost world beneath the ice. But the secrets go deeper. Ever heard of the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point in the ocean? The Southern Ocean has its own abyss, the Factorian Deep, discovered in 2019, plunging to 7,437 meters. That's deep enough to swallow almost any skyscraper on Earth. And here's the kicker. Scientists don't even know exactly how it formed or how it connects to the surrounding ocean floor. They mapped it using sonar scanners from a ship skating across icy waters, and even after more than 1,000 tests, the story is far from complete. The deep still keeps its secrets. And then the monsters. Some Antarctic expeditions have reported encounters with enormous jellyfish drifting up from the dark. One of the most mysterious is the giant phantom jellyfish, which can grow over 30 feet long. Normally, these creatures float 3,500 feet below the surface, far from sunlight or human eyes. Yet, every so often, one drifts closer to the surface near Antarctica, leaving scientists puzzled. Why do they rise? No one really knows. Now, it gets even stranger. Antarctica wasn't always an endless wasteland of snow and wind. Deep beneath the ice, scientists uncovered evidence of an ancient rainforest. Yes, a rainforest. Fossilized roots, pollen, and traces of old trees frozen in time. Using advanced dating methods, they discovered these forests are from the Cretaceous period, about 90 million years ago. Back then, Earth's atmosphere had much more carbon dioxide, and Antarctica was a tropical paradise. Picture green valleys and colorful fields where now there's only blinding snow. If you need more proof that Antarctica was once alive and thriving, consider this. In 1909, explorers found coal in the frozen continent. Coal only forms from the remains of ancient forests. This means those rainforests didn't just exist briefly, they thrived for millions of years before finally being buried and squeezed into fossil fuel. Antarctica is also a graveyard for visitors from space. Meteorites, chunks of rock that traveled across the solar system, land here all the time. And these aren't just any rocks. Some are straight out of a sci-fi dream. One famous meteorite is about 4 billion years old and came from Mars. In 1996, scientists announced that this rock showed signs that might be fossilized microbes, possible evidence of life on the red planet. It also contains minerals that only form in water, hinting that Mars was once wet, with rivers and maybe even oceans. But Antarctica isn't just about alien rocks. It's also a frozen library of Earth's own history. Here's a wild fact: scientists know what Earth's atmosphere was like hundreds of thousands of years ago, and they know it because of ice. The secret? Ancient ice cubes. Every year, new snow falls and freezes, trapping tiny bubbles of air inside. Over centuries, these layers stack up and never melt. Scientists drill deep into the ice to pull out long tubes, called ice cores. The deeper they drill, the further back in time they go. Inside each layer, tiny air bubbles preserve the exact mixture of gases from that year: oxygen, carbon dioxide, even traces of storms. By studying them, scientists have created a time machine for climate research. They can see how much carbon dioxide was in the air, how hot it was, even what kind of storms battered the planet. The oldest continuous ice core ever pulled out is nearly 800,000 years old. It shows Earth's climate shifting in cycles, first every 40,000 years, and later every 100,000. These icy records don't just reveal the past, they may hold answers about the future. When's the next megastorm? How bad will global warming get? The clues are frozen in bubbles thousands of meters below your feet. And finally, the wildest discovery of all. Beneath all the ice, in 1958, scientists revealed an entire hidden mountain range. Not a small one, the Gamburtsev Mountains, stretching 1,200 kilometers long, with peaks rising over 3,000 meters high. These mountains aren't like the Rockies or the Himalayas. They're buried so deep beneath the ice, you'd never know they exist. And here's the strange part: mountains usually form when tectonic plates crash together. But in Antarctica, there's no sign of that. So how did they form? Some believe magma bubbling underground pushed them up, but even today, no one can say for sure. Why would a whole mountain range, younger and different from all others, be hidden under kilometers of ice? It's a riddle that keeps scientists awake at night. But that's Antarctica for you, a continent of impossible secrets, hidden creatures, forgotten rainforests, and clues from outer space. Every year, scientists drill new holes, pull out stranger discoveries, and realize they still know almost nothing about what lies beneath. So next time someone says Antarctica is just a boring ice desert, tell them the truth. Below, the endless white are rivers, monsters, Martian rocks, and hundreds of thousands of years of untold stories. And who knows, maybe the next big discovery is waiting for the first person brave enough or crazy enough to dig a little deeper. If this journey under the ice blew your mind, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more secrets from the ends of the earth. See you in the next adventure.